10 puzzles that will stop your brain. Who doesn't like testing their intelligence on a bit of a puzzle? However, sometimes these can prove to be too difficult for even the smartest person. Therefore, let us get into 10 puzzles that will stop your brain. But before we begin, we would like to welcome you to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe, join our zoo community, like and click the bell icon. You'll be very interested to hear what we have to say, so make sure you stick around, or you'll miss it. 10. The 3 chests. 3 chests exist, each of which contains 100 coins. One has 100 gold coins, the other has 100 silver coins, the third has an equal amount of 50 gold coins and 50 silver coins. Every chest is labeled, but incorrectly. You can pick just one coin from one of the chests, and after this, you need to correctly identify each of the 3 chests. What should you do? Take a coin from the chest labeled 50-50. If you pick a gold coin, you know that the chest must contain all gold coins. It can't be the 50-50 chest because all the chests are incorrectly labeled. So the chest labeled silver must be the 50-50 chest, and the one labeled gold must be the silver chest. On the other hand, if you pick a silver coin, you know that the chest must contain all silver coins. The one labeled silver must be the gold chest, and the one labeled gold must be the 50-50 chest. 9. Roadside difficulties. A motorist, while changing a tire, accidentally drops all 4 wheel nuts into the sewer grate. He tries everything to get them back, but nothing works. He begins to feel anxious about spending hours by the roadside, when a kid passing by suddenly helps him solve the problem. Following the kid's advice, he successfully fits a new tire and drives to the nearest service station without any accident. What was the advice that the child gave the motorist? The kid told the man to remove one nut from each of the other 3 wheels and use them to secure the new tire. 8. Match made at a funeral. A girl is at her mother's funeral. She meets a nice guy that she didn't know was also at the funeral, and they connect. She was really busy at the funeral and didn't have time to ask him for his number before he left. She tries really hard to track him down, but no one knows who he is or how to get in touch with him. A few days later, her sister dies and the police rule it as a homicide. Who killed her sister? The girl killed her sister. She was hoping that if someone else in her family died, she would see the man she met at her mother's funeral again. 7. The serial killer. A serial killer kidnaps 5 different people and sits them down with 2 pills each in their hand and a glass of water. He orders them each to take 1 pill, but tells them one is poisonous and the other is not. The pill the victim doesn't take, the serial killer will take. Every victim somehow chooses the poisonous pill and dies. How did the serial killer make them all take the poisonous pill? Neither of the pills were poisonous. The poison was in the water that all the victims used to swallow their pill. 6. The twin sisters. You are lost in the woods and the path you are following splits into 2. One path to the left and one to the right. One path leads you to safety, while the other will cause you to be lost forever. At the fork are 2 twin sisters who know which path is correct. The sisters are similar in every way except one. One of the sisters always tells the truth, while the other always lies. You can only ask one question, and you can't tell the sisters apart. What should you ask them so you know which path to take? Ask one of the sisters which path their sister would tell you to take. Let's assume the left-hand path is the correct one to take. The sister that lies knows that her honest sister would tell you the left-hand path. So, as she always lies, she will tell you the right-hand path. The honest sister knows her lying sister will tell you the right path, and because she is honest, she will let you know. Hence, you should follow the opposite path to which you are told, regardless of which sister tells you. 5. A witch's present. A long time ago, Prince Charming was searching for his true love. Summer was over when he stumbled upon a shack an old witch lived in. He asked if he could stay over for the night. The witch agreed and gave him a warm welcome, offering him food, drink, and shelter. The next morning, as the prince prepares to continue on his journey, she gives him a present saying, "A time will come when you'll find your way blocked by a wide river with no bridge. The only way to cross it is to swim to the other bank. This magical tunic will help you. It won't let you down." He continues his journey. 100 days and nights pass, then he comes to the river the witch had warned him about. But in the end, he didn't need to put on the tunic to cross it. Do you know why? He visited the witch's shack in September. After that, it took him 100 days to reach the river. By the time he got there, it was already midwinter. The river was frozen, and he simply walked across it to the other bank. 4. The Arab sheikh. An Arab sheikh is old and wants to leave his fortune to one of his 2 sons. He puts forward an offer. His sons must compete in a race with their camels, and the camel that ends up in last place will win the fortune for its owner. During the race, the 2 brothers wander around for days, not willing to cross the finish line. Whilst desperate, they ask a wise man for advice. He tells them something. Then they both jump onto their camels and hurtle towards the finish line. What did the wise man say? The rules of the race said that the owner of the camel to come in last place will win the fortune. The wise man simply told them to switch camels. 3. The rabbit hutch mystery. A farmer keeps rabbits in 3 large hutches in a row. The hutches are all painted a different color: red, yellow, and green. The number of rabbits in the green hutch used to be twice as large as the number of rabbits in the yellow hutch. One day, he takes 5 rabbits out of the left side hutch and gives them away to the local school's pet corner. He also takes half of the rabbits that remain into the left side hutch and moves them to the red-colored hutch. Do you know what color the left side hutch is? It is yellow. As we already know, the number of rabbits in the green hutch was twice as large as the number of rabbits in the yellow hutch. This means that the number of rabbits in the green hutch was an even number. After the farmer removed 5 rabbits from the left side hutch, the number of rabbits that remained there also became an even number. Therefore, before those 5 were removed, the left side hutch contained an uneven number of rabbits. Hence, the left side hutch can't be green or the red one. 2. The room. You walk inside a room with the door closed and 3 switches. The switches control 3 light bulbs that are outside the door. Once the door is opened, you cannot touch the switches again. How do you correctly determine which switch is connected to each of the light bulbs? Turn on the first 2 switches. Leave them on for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes have gone by, turn off the second switch and keep 1 switch on. Now, go through the door. The light that is still on is connected to the first switch. Whichever one of the other 2 is warm to the touch is connected to the second switch. The bulb that is cold is connected to the switch that was never touched. 1. The farmer's dilemma. A farmer resides on a small area of land near a river. One day, he crosses the river in a small boat and buys a fox, a chicken, and a bag of corn from the store. When the farmer goes back to his boat to cross the river and go home, he realizes he is in a dilemma. The farmer can only carry 1 item in the small boat at a time, otherwise he is at risk of capsizing. He cannot leave the fox alone with the chicken because the fox will eat the chicken. He cannot leave the chicken alone with the corn because the chicken will eat the corn. So, how is the farmer successfully able to get all 3 items across the river? First, the farmer will take the chicken across the river, leaving the fox and corn alone together on the other side. Next, he will go back and get the fox. When he takes the fox across the river, instead of leaving the fox alone with the chicken, he will swap them out and take the chicken back to the starting side. He will then swap the chicken out for the corn and bring it across, leaving the fox and corn alone on the far side. Finally, he will go back to get the chicken, hence bringing all 3 across the river safely. And that concludes our list of the 10 puzzles that will stop your brain. Let us know in the comment section below which one of these completely stumped you. Thank you for watching Life Hack Giraffe, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon, and we will see you next time.